This isn't a showroom for window shoppers, sweetheart. Try the used lot down the street. The salesman's voice dripped with arrogance as the glass walls of Imperial Motors' luxury dealership gleamed under the afternoon sun. To him, the woman in the simple black dress was just another broke dreamer chasing status, not a real buyer. He didn't see the quiet confidence in her gaze, or the way her hands rested on the keys to a brand-new Range Rover parked outside. As security escorted Maya Cole out into the cold drizzle, laughter followed her, cruel, dismissive, certain. What none of them knew was that the woman they just humiliated wasn't just a customer. She was the new regional director of the company that owned Imperial Motors. By morning, they'd all be gone. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you're watching from, and make sure to subscribe, because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. This isn't a showroom for window shoppers, sweetheart. Try the used lot down the street. The salesman's voice sliced through the polished air of Imperial Motors like a blade. His smirk reflected off the glass desk between them as Maya Cole stood still, her hand frozen on the smooth leather handbag she carried. Minimalist, expensive, and understated, just like her. The other salesman chuckled quietly. One of them muttered, "She probably came to take pictures." Maya's jaw tightened, but she said nothing. Her eyes roamed the marble floors, the metallic scent of polish in the air, the hum of luxury cars lined up like sleeping beasts under soft white light. It wasn't her first time being underestimated, but it never failed to sting. "I'd like to test drive the new Bentley Continental," she said evenly. The salesman, his name tag read Tyler, raised an eyebrow. "Do you know how much that car costs?" "I do, ma'am," he said with mock politeness. "We reserve test drives for qualified buyers. You understand." A few customers turned to watch. One woman in a red dress whispered to her husband, "That's embarrassing." Maya exhaled slowly. "Qualified buyers? You didn't even ask my name, my ID, or my bank details." Tyler shrugged. "Don't need to. We can tell who's serious and who's not." That's when the manager appeared, tall, thin, with a rehearsed smile. "Is there a problem here?" Before Maya could answer, Tyler jumped in. "Just handling a situation, sir. She's asking to test drive vehicles that are well beyond what you think I can afford." Maya finished for him. The manager sighed, already irritated. "Ma'am, if you're not here to make a legitimate purchase, we'll have to ask you to leave. We've had incidents before." "Incidents?" she repeated, her voice calm but cutting. "You mean people who don't look like your usual customers?" "Security," the manager said flatly. The guard, a heavy-set man who looked more embarrassed than threatening, stepped forward. "Ma'am, please." Maya gathered her dignity like a cloak, turned without another word, and walked toward the exit. As the glass doors slid open, a drizzle swept across her face, cool and soft. Behind her, laughter echoed faintly. Outside, she stood beside her Range Rover, staring at her reflection in the tinted window. Her phone buzzed. "Call with HQ, 5 minutes." She smiled faintly, got in, and started the engine. The quiet purr of the SUV filled the silence, power and grace in motion. As she drove away, she said under her breath, "They'll learn." That evening, Imperial Motors was closing when an email pinged in every staff inbox. The subject line read, "Urgent, ownership review and staff audit, effective immediately." The manager frowned, clicked it open, and froze. Following recent conduct and multiple reports of customer discrimination, a corporate investigation will commence tomorrow. Until further notice, all sales operations are suspended. A new regional director will address all personnel in person. His phone rang. It was Tyler. "Did you get that email, boss?" Before he could reply, the main entrance lights flickered, and a sleek black SUV pulled up outside. The next morning, Imperial Motors staff lined up nervously in the main lobby. Some whispered theories. Maybe corporate was changing policy. Maybe there was a buyout, maybe layoffs. Then the doors opened. Maya stepped in. The silence was instant, electric. Tyler blinked like he was seeing a ghost. She wore a navy suit, hair swept back, eyes cold and professional. Two executives followed behind her, holding tablets. "Good morning," she said, her voice carrying across the room. "I'm Maya Cole, the new regional director of the Imperial Group. Effective today, this dealership, along with 6 others in the state, falls under my supervision." The manager's face drained of color. "Director Cole, I had no idea. I'm sure you didn't, she cut in smoothly. Because you didn't ask. Tyler stammered. Ma'am, if I had known. If you had known what? She snapped. That the woman in the black dress you laughed at yesterday signs your paycheck today? The room fell silent again. She stepped closer, her heels echoing on the marble. Yesterday wasn't the first time this happened here. Our analytics team has tracked multiple discrimination complaints, all dismissed or ignored. You don't get to represent a luxury brand while treating people like trash. Her tone was steady, but every word hit like a hammer. Effective immediately, she said, turning to her assistant. Terminate all staff pending review and reapply screening. Compensation as per contract. Tyler's mouth fell open. You're firing everyone? Yes, she said. Every single one of you. Because image isn't about cars. It's about character. As the staff filed out one by one, Maya watched them go, not with gloating, but quiet conviction. The security guard, the same man who had escorted her out, hesitated near the door. Ma'am, I'm sorry for yesterday. I didn't want to do it, but I didn't want to lose my job. Maya looked at him for a long moment, then said, You didn't laugh. You didn't mock. You just did what you were told. Stay. His eyes widened. Stay. Yes. I'll need a head of facility security. Someone who knows what respect looks like. He nodded slowly, almost in disbelief. Maya turned to her assistant. Post the new hiring notice. This time, include one line at the top. The assistant typed as she dictated. We're not hiring for looks or accents. We're hiring for integrity. By the end of the week, word had spread. Blogs, local news, and social media all carried the headline. Black woman kicked out of luxury dealership returns as regional director, fires entire staff. Comments flooded in, some cheering, others doubting. But Maya didn't read them. She was already moving forward, rebranding the dealership, adding community outreach, and creating training programs for customer empathy. For her, it wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about change. Still, late at night, as she locked up the new showroom, she smiled to herself and whispered, Poetic justice never goes out of style. The story hit everywhere overnight. Maya Cole, regional director of Imperial Motors, fires entire staff after being racially profiled. It was on Buzzline, UK Daily Wave, CBC Morning, even TikTok. The clip of her walking into the dealership, calm as stone while the staff gaped in silence, had millions of views. Some called her the queen of corporate karma. Others called her power drunk. Maya didn't care, at least that's what she told herself. But as the media frenzy grew, so did the calls. Her phone buzzed nonstop. Executives from headquarters, PR managers, journalists, even her mother, whose voice trembled over the phone. Baby, I'm proud, but don't let them make you angry all over again. The world loves a strong woman, until she scares them. Maya sat in her penthouse kitchen, coffee untouched, her mind replaying her mother's words. She wasn't angry anymore, but she was tired. Tired of proving she belonged in rooms she had already built. Still, there was work to do. The following week, she stood before a group of newly hired trainees, a mix of ages, races, and accents. The new Imperial Motors had been reborn under her leadership, and the slogan she'd introduced was printed in gold on the wall behind her. Luxury begins with respect. Before you sell a single car, she told them, pacing slowly, you'll learn something most people in business forget: how to look someone in the eye without judging who they are. The room was silent, every face attentive. Now, she said, smiling slightly, who wants to tell me the difference between luxury and arrogance? A young man in the back raised his hand. Luxury makes people feel seen. Arrogance makes people feel small. Exactly, Maya nodded, feeling that familiar warmth in her chest, the sense that maybe, just maybe, she was building something good. But good things don't go unchallenged. 2 days later, she was called to the corporate office. Her boss, Richard Hale, a man with a tan and a talent for diplomacy, stood behind a mahogany desk. His smile was thin. Maya, he began, you've made quite a splash. Public interest helps brand visibility, she said calmly. Sure, he chuckled, but firing an entire dealership team? That's a PR firestorm. Some board members think it was excessive. Excessive was being humiliated in front of customers for my skin color, Maya replied, her voice steady. Excessive is pretending diversity trainings fix systemic disrespect. Richard sighed. I agree with you, personally, but the investors are nervous. You've become a symbol, and symbols are hard to control. Then let's control the narrative, she said. I'll do an interview. Set the record straight. He hesitated. You really want to open that door? I already kicked it open, she said with a faint smile. Might as well walk through it. The interview aired on Good Morning America a week later. The host leaned forward with a polished smile. So, Maya, when you fired an entire staff, was it revenge? Maya looked straight into the camera. No, it was accountability. There's a difference. I didn't do it because they laughed at me. I did it because they'd been laughing at people like me for years. Someone had to stop the cycle. The host nodded. Some people say you overreacted. Maybe I did, she said softly. But tell me, if I'd been a white man in a tailored suit, would we even be having this conversation? Silence. Then applause. The clip went viral again. Hashtag the Maya movement started trending. People shared stories of their own, customers, employees, even small business owners, who'd faced similar discrimination and decided to speak up. Maya became an accidental icon. Invitations to speak at conferences poured in. Magazines wanted her on their covers. But fame had its shadow. One night, as she reviewed quarterly sales reports in her office, her assistant knocked softly. Ma'am, there's someone here asking to see you. Maya glanced up. At this hour? It's urgent, she says. Send her in. The door opened, and a woman stepped in, mid-40s, sharp suit, weary eyes. She looked familiar. Maya, she said quietly, you don't know me, but I used to work at the dealership. I was the finance officer. Maya straightened. Go on. They fired me a week before you came. Tyler and the others said I was too soft on customers who didn't look rich enough. I tried to report it, but the manager buried my complaint. I just wanted to say thank you. Maya's expression softened. You don't have to thank me. Tears welled in the woman's eyes. You made them see what they were. I just wish my husband was alive to see it. He always said the world needed more women like you. Maya stood, walked around the desk, and hugged her. We're not done changing it yet. Months passed. Sales soared. The rebranded Imperial Motors became the most profitable division in the company. Customers praised the warmth of the staff, the inclusivity, the transparency. But not everyone was happy. In March, a confidential report leaked, alleging that Maya's actions had caused reputational and financial risk to the corporation. Anonymous sources claimed she had used her power vindicatively. Headquarters launched an internal review. Maya faced a board of 6 men in gray suits. Ms. Cole, the chairman began, your leadership has been transformative. But the optics of mass termination were necessary, she interrupted. And the numbers prove it. Sales are up 42%. Customer satisfaction is at a 10-year high. Diversity applications tripled. Still, another board member said, you've polarized the market. Investors are split. Maya leaned forward. You asked me to fix a broken system. I didn't use a Band-Aid. I performed surgery. For a long moment, silence filled the boardroom. Then, slowly, the chairman smiled. Congratulations, Director Cole. The board has voted to expand your jurisdiction nationwide. The room exhaled. Maya blinked, stunned. Nationwide? Yes. Your approach is bold, but it works. We're promoting you to executive director. We want that fire across all regions. For the first time in months, Maya let herself breathe. Weeks later, she returned to Imperial Motors HQ. The security guard she'd saved now headed security across 3 branches. The young man from training had become lead salesperson. As she watched them, she realized the truth. What began as humiliation had turned into a revolution. She turned to her team and said, when you stand for what's right, you won't always be liked, but you will always be remembered. That night, as the sun dipped behind the city skyline, she whispered the same words her mother once told her. The world loves a strong woman until she scares them. Then she smiled and added softly, let's keep scaring them. Before you go, comment where you're watching from and tell me, do you believe revenge can become redemption? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow's story might just change how you see justice.